Hello, it's Integrity, History, and Landscape uh, video here. Uh, Today I wanted to talk about something that I think we need to be acting on if you're interested in taking care of yourself economically. And first of all, we want to look at history and how things work out in history. Thought it was very interesting. The Merriam-Webster.com dictionary defines psyops as a military operation usually aimed at influencing the enemy's state of mind through non-combative means, such as distribution of leaflets. Some of the comments along with that, this is a couple that I think are clarifying for the purpose of what I'm going to talk about today. PSYOPs use a wide array of communications, media, including radio and TV broadcast, loudspeakers, newspapers, magazines, leaflets, and even comic books to help win or prevent wars. A PSYOP is a form of, and that's by Harold Kennedy there, and Mitzi produces a PSYOP is a form of military operation that targets the emotional and mental state of the enemy. Well, I think one of the first PSYOPs that was experienced, and I'm sure there have been many, but one of a very well-known, relatively recent PSYOP, that is somebody affecting many nations at one time, in particular one nation, was the PSYOP, I think we could call it that, of what, let's see, Nathan Rothschild, what he did when Napoleon had their last major battle with the British. And I'll read, these are excerpts from History Heist at the Rothschilds' Waterloo of British Finance. And I'm going to read this to you. Napoleon, these are excerpts, it's not the whole article. You can go read that yourself. Napoleon Bonaparte's military prowess and ambition stirred fear across Europe. We just talked about fear being an issue in PSYOPs. The threat of a French invasion loomed large, causing widespread unease and uncertainty among the English population. Within their extensive network, the Rothschilds had developed a system of informants. These were informants working for them, placed across Europe. These informants provided valuable intelligence on political, economic, and military developments, allowing the family to anticipate and exploit the opportunities. The key thing here is that they're using the same kind of intelligence gathering, etc., that our militaries use, right? In a stroke of financial ingenuity, the Rothschilds exploited the fear surrounding Napoleon's planned attack on England. So they used fear. They exploited it by disseminating false information about the imminent invasion. They created panic in the stock markets. When Rothschild spread false information about Napoleon's attack on England, it sent shockwaves throughout the stock market. So the information he shared was not true. Panic spread like wildfire, causing a massive sell-off of shares as investors rushed to protect their investments. This onslaught of selling led to a dramatic decline in share prices. The stock market crashed, basically. The decline in share prices across the board, wiping out significant wealth and shaking investor confidence to its core. So this false information scared all the investors. Some of them were very wealthy. Some could have been middle-class kind of investors. What little savings that they had put together from whatever other businesses they had. And now it just disappeared. With share prices plummeting due to the panic he had instigated, Rothschild strategically acquired undervalued shares. These shares had dropped and he bought them when they were low. And he caused that to happen, capitalizing on the widespread fear and desperation of other investors. This allowed him to amass a considerable amount of shares at bargain prices, positioning himself to profit immensely once the truth was revealed. This gave the Rothschild family complete control of the British economy. So they basically took over the economy of the nation and forced England to set up a new Bank of England, which Rothschild controlled. So I think you'd have to call that a psyop. Now, we hear about psyops all the time these days, but you know, and we're used to talking about psyops as something that the CIA does against the Chinese or the Russians or whatever, right? We see movies about that, etc. But you know, you can look at if you know, look at the history of investing and how the cycles of the markets have happened here in the United States and across the world historically. You can see there's some really weird things going on in our economy these days that have nothing to do with reality. And there's always wars and rumors of wars. Well, this is always true. We're told that in the Bible. Jesus says that, right? But it seems like it's pushed pretty well, and there's always some conflict going on that is on the news, that is something for us to worry about. You hear a lot of people talk about, well, what the people who are creating these psyops are doing is they're saying, look here and don't look here. So the reason I thought about this is because I saw a video, and I'm going to list it down below, a video by Economic Ninja, and he's talking about the investment in cryptocurrency. And he provides a lot of pretty good information. He's talked about this multiple times, and you can go look at his multiple videos on the topic. But it's something that I think that if you're an everyday guy, you want to know about. And what the people who are, and this is not you, I mean, look, everybody knows about Trump's book, you know, what is the art of the deal, right? Well, and in the art of the deal, it's the same. He says a lot of the same kind of stuff. You make people look, think this, and then you do that, right? So we must expect and understand that the guys who have the greatest control and the greatest interest in the economy, well, they're not telling you and I anything, right? You and me. So we need to read between the lines. And people like Greg Manarino, he harps on these kind of things all the time. And people like Economic Ninja. If we pay attention to these guys, we can, if we're not ourselves very experienced, we can learn things from these guys who do have experience of investing themselves and studying the stock market and other markets. And so I'm going to suggest that you take a look at that. As I say, I'm going to post the Economic Ninja thing below, and you may be better off for doing it, because this is landscape, history, and integrity. And if you want to maintain the integrity of your own financial situation, you're going to learn from history so that you can do so. Have a good day.